Alright guys, it's Kyle here with Wagner Does Shots. I've got my good buddy Tyler Skibbs with me, and we're going to talk a little bit about, best business practices, questions that I get asked all the damn time, and this is going to be a regular thing.
Yeah,
just so you know.
This will be a regular thing. We both, grew stronger together, and we're like, we got ideas. We're just business guys. We grow. And when you started bringing this up, I was like, yeah, let's do this, because I'm into YouTube videos too, and let's get this all rolling.
And not to mention, I've been slacking on the Facebook page and everything else like that. So it's time to get doing that. Yeah. All right. Well, how about this? First order of business. I've gotten asked a lot of questions on what camera should I buy. Mm-hmm. I can't tell you how many times I've been asked that question. Even in the last month or two. There's been 5 different people that have, come to me with advice. And I want to throw it out there. You probably bought the wrong fucking camera if you went and bought one. Yeah. And I'll tell you why. Each camera has its own little specific purpose, okay? Now, if you're a parent and you want to go and take some pictures of your kids, buy one of those little compact point and shoots. I mean, they're awesome. You get the super zoom.
Yep.
They're fine. They're absolutely fine for what you're going to do. They record video, all that good stuff. And it's not going to cost you the same as an SLR, like we're shooting on now. But for you, your needs are a little bit different.
A little,
because you're a DJ.
Yeah, I am a DJ. If you're not aware of what I do run a mobile DJ service for weddings, school dances, etc., etc. And I'm tired of using my cell phone, because every time I bring out a cell phone, it kind of looks bad, and it gives a bad image.
Yeah.
But it's amazing how camera quality has changed dramatically, like with the new Galaxy S7s, the iPhones, and the LG G5. He just showed me his new one, and it's just almost like an SLR. Not saying it is an SLR, it's almost like
it's got a full manual mode, which is nice.
Which is very nice, but it just, when you pull out a cell phone and you shoot video or take pictures,
you're shaky. It's
you don't have, but at the same time, it's not professional.
No,
it's
just
not. It's like you're just being a normal person taking a selfie and that normal crowd.
Yeah.
But
so for you as a a business owner, you really do need that step up in quality.
I did, and I really did.
So what'd you buy?
I literally bought a Nikon D3300, and it was a 12 megapixel.
No,
24. Sorry, it was 24. I'm thinking of his cameras.
Yeah, my old one is 12.
Yeah, mine's 24 megapixels. Great. Do I understand megapixels? Not so much.
You don't have to.
But after learning with Wagner Does Shots, he taught me a lot more that 24 is not his best compared to a 12. I mean, and I understand that.
Well, yeah, and you get down to the science of it, and it gets ridiculous. Yeah. But more megapixels, you can print bigger prints. Yeah. And that's really what it comes down to.
And I did invest a lot in lighting, like a lot brighter, more powerful punch lighting. And
for your setups, for the DJ.
Yes.
Not my kind of lighting with strobes and flashes and stuff like that.
Yeah. But I need that crisp, bright, powerful lighting color. It doesn't matter what color it is, even if it's white. I mean, that's a lot of harsh light. But it's just that vibrance and feel of the picture, like you're actually there. So that's why I bought a Nikon D3300.
Which is an SLR. It's the entry-level SLR, but it's their newest... It's their newest, one in the entry-level line.
And I'm very impressed with it, because I've got to learn with him. I got to practice with the cameras that he had, and it inspired me. So it made me feel more comfortable to own a high-quality camera, which was entry-level. And I'm okay with it, because it's still very powerful to me. It feels a lot more powerful. Just holding in my hands alone.
Yeah. You're holding a tool at that point. You're not holding your phone.
And it's a powerful tool, and it gives a good impression at the time. But at the same time, too, I need all that memory space. So a big memory card, it's another.
The file sizes, they're not that bad, but you can pick up a 32 gig card for less than $30 now. Yeah, they're so cheap. It's ridiculous.
I bought a 64 gigabyte memory card. It was like $40, I think it was.
Oh yeah, cheap.
And literally. The 2 days later, it jumped to $100.
Well, you got it
so
on sale.
I got it on sale. Very, you got to look for these things. You got to research and take your time.
So in your aspect, you're not necessarily, you want to learn how to use your camera, and you want to learn, some photography skills. However, your main goal is to not become a photographer, right?
I like the idea of being a photographer. It's a little bit relaxing to me. I kind of like it. I just, just getting that shot just looks beautiful. But again, I still run a wedding business, so I stick with that literally 100% of the time. I like to add an extra 20% to it, give it a little more effort, and 25% into photography.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm with Kyle Wagner. I gotta be with him. He's just like, it clicked right away as I first met him. So it's just like, yes.
Well, and what I want to say for you as a business, owner, you bought a tool for your business, and of course you get to enjoy it on the side, but that tool serves its own purpose. It was the right move to buy the new camera and buy it like that, tax write-off.
But
it's let's say for a kid who wants to get into photography and he's still in high school working at McDonald's or something, you can go and buy a used digital SLR that's like prosumer level for $200, and then you can get used lenses, the fast 50s or whatever, for less than 100, right around 100.
Yep.
Like, you can get into it for less than the cost of the entry level body.
Yep.
If you want to learn, more so the arts of photography, get into manual mode, try different lenses, stuff like that. That's what I recommend kids who want to get into the art of it to do.
Yep.
And it's you get the parents who want to shoot, like you said, kids at the sports games and stuff like that. They'll buy what you bought, but they're never going to use the full potential of it, and then it's a waste of money.
Yep.
Because you went to Best Buy and you said, "Oh, it's a great deal." Well, you should have checked online or Craigslist.
Do your research before a salesperson approaches you, and then you wasted $300 too much on something that you're only use like twice every summer, or once for a video and 3 times for pictures. And family vacation. I mean, when I first bought my Nikon camera, I used it to full potential. I took it on a 2-week vacation to Florida.
Yeah.
I took it to Florida. Like, that was my full-blown adventure. And my YouTube videos are never, ever more clear than I ever thought they would be.
Oh, yeah. No, I love the quality on this thing. And I mean, that's the D7100, but I still bought that thing used. Unless I get to, like, the top-tier professional level where I'm looking at spending $3,500 on just the camera body, and it's going to pay for itself in 3 months, then I'll think about buying it new.
That's a different story because he budgeted out.
I'm a professional. It pays for itself. But for a lot of people who just want to get into the art of it, buying used is great. Buying older, more a little bit, if you will, advanced equipment is great. And I can't point towards any brand or the other which is better, Canon or Nikon. It doesn't matter. You can go buy an old Sony DSLR, and you're still going to get great image quality out of it. You're going to get way better photos than what you would with, some of the point shoots when the light dips down, and it's just going to destroy,
or it's
your
fuzzy,
phone
or,
quality.
You're shaky and doesn't have that stability. These are just the multiple topics that can, think, oh, I should go with this camera instead of that camera, because you're set on one thing and one thing only.
Bottom line, you know what the bottom line is? Know what you want to use it for. And that's all it is. Know what you want to get out of your investment, and then put your money to work accordingly. And you're gonna love it. If you want to do the photography and get into it, buy cheap as you can, and start learning, because that's going to be the biggest thing. And start doing pictures for your friends and stuff like that, and make some money at it.
Exactly. Just
buy new shit.
Just take 30 minutes or an hour. Go to a park. Go shoot stuff around the house. Do lighting tests. Get the feel for it.
Now this brings me to, I want to segue into the next topic. Okay. And I was just going on about this right before we started recording, and if you're doing a business, you do something for a friend of yours, okay, and they're gonna pay you. You take payment beforehand. You have like some sort of agreement.
Okay, that's a good question, because
I got burned on this and I'm still pissed about it.
You you got to put faith and trust just a little bit into your client, but when
Sometimes it burns you. But
it burns you, which he told me the story of. If you got to have set boundaries, you got to have somewhat of a policy, because if it doesn't describe how your service works, it's it's going to backtrack the policies and then be because once you say the word policy, like people are like and then on top of it, the number one thing is a contract.
Yeah.
Even if it's a digital contract, say like off of WeddingWire, which is what I do now, and clients are loving it because it's simple, it's easy, and everybody uses the internet for stuff nowadays. Which you gotta grow with that kind of stuff.
I still prefer paper contracts
Which
because
is fine.
And for me, I work a little bit differently. I'll go and meet with a client beforehand. I say, okay, we're gonna shoot your wedding. This is what we're gonna do. This is what I offer, and sit down and talk about it. But beyond that, then I lay out the piece of paper that says, okay, once you sign this, you should sign over a check with half the balance. And that's how it works. Before you get the rest of your images, I need the other half.
Exactly. See, his perspective of payment or lock-in payment is half. Right?
Yeah, and that's for the most part.
Now, I like to be flexible with what I like to do because I set up payment plans for clients, say like brides.
Yeah.
But say like they're so interested and they want to start planning things, and I said, okay, to now reserve this, we have to have a down payment today so that your date is reserved. You're booked with us. We put all of your information into our system. And we start working with you. We start sending you emails weekly or monthly, or we're sending you details. We send you topics. We send you ideas. That's what sparks the enthusiasm out of someone to like, oh my God, I trust these guys. That's what sparks people's.
And that's kind of what I do with going on when I meet with the clients initially. But I think I've got, I don't know, I just open up to people a lot, like super fast.
Which is great.
Yeah.
Hold that spirit, like keep that. But at the same time, it's like you got to be business. It's a service. You're doing a service, but you also want to be very friendly and open to everyone. Which is, I've been at this stuff for almost 10 years now. Which I'm actually doing this as on my own for almost 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Somewhere in between there. But again, it's the contracts, it's the policies, and it's that trust and I forgot that word, but
integrity. I don't know.
Something like that, yeah. But if you create something like that and you feel comfortable with your prices and the way your policies explain things, see, for me, I require the final 100% minimum balance 2 weeks prior to the date.
Which makes sense for you.
Exactly, but if they're doing a payment plan, their final payment can be before the event start. If say we're all set up at an event, they had their ceremony, they walk in and people are starting coming in, try to wedge their way into getting the final payment, because if you wedge that halfway through the night or at the end of the night, they're probably
already
tipsy and drunk, and then you can't get your
add on another zero to the end.
Another zero. It's just a little bit of enforcement, trust, and go to it attitude.
Yeah,
that just,
so
drives your service.
Well, to summarize, because you went on.
Sorry.
But
it was good.
So have your practices in place and follow them. And that's really where I got burned, because I have contracts made up for clients. And now this is like, hey bud, I need some shots because the guy wanted headshots. He's going to start getting into acting and stuff like that. No problem. I'm down for that.
Portfolio.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I did great shit for him. But it was like, hey, bud, I'm going to pay you, just in a little bit. And like, I've known this guy for a long time. So I'm like, okay, we're cool. And it's been like 3 weeks now that I'm still like hassling him and waiting on payment. And what I had to do is I just sent him the images on Facebook because he doesn't have a computer. And that's how he's going to use it most of the time anyways. Okay, I don't care. It's just send the files. You'll pay me, because he's kind of an asshole in the respect that he wants his before I get mine. Which is not anymore. I can't play that game. But I went and reported all the images on Facebook as stolen because he hasn't paid for them yet. So he's got, sorry.
You should also, this is another good tip too, because now he said stolen. You should try to watermark your pictures.
Which I hate that. But I need to.
It's terrible, but then they can't use it because when the client sees that, they're going to be like, I can't use this because he's got his thing.
Yeah.
It's a safety net basically for you.
Yeah.
My pictures, I put my company logo at the very bottom of the entire image.
Yeah, what I'm going to start doing now is, send them as proofs, and it's going to be a whole
Draft,
nasty
sample,
diagonal.
yeah, exactly.
And that's fine. They're still going to be able to see the work, but if you want to use it and buy it, then you gotta pay for it.
Yeah.
So, and that's another thing. Don't sell yourself short either. And it sucks because you'll get burned more often than you'll get rewarded working like that. Be like, oh, I'll pay you in a couple weeks, stuff like that. If you don't have contracts in place, then it's, you're not protecting yourself. So keep that in mind because learn from my mistakes.
Yeah, it's a learning lesson. When you fall into a trap like that,
Fucking sucks.
you learn that. You learn that quickly. And I've been down that road.
I'm sure.
I had 4 years of understanding how I'm running my business.
Yeah.
I have a clear picture now, and it's bright and big. I'm not going to give away how, but you got to keep some entrepreneurship.
Wagner Does Shots is going to be expanding massively just so long as I keep the willpower and the time. So, but yeah, what else you got? Let's roll with it.
Let's roll with it. What else I got? Topic wise?
Yeah. How much time we got?
8 minutes.
8 minutes.
Oh, hell yeah. Go on something else. Nothing's coming to mind. Okay.
Nothing's coming to mind.
Thanks, Tyler.
Awkward.
Slow clap. Nah, well, how about this? I mean, I've, taking into account stuff you want to do, like, if you want, how the fuck am I going to put this now? Because I got an idea, and I got to roll with it. So, alright. If you're, okay, and this kind of goes on an entrepreneurial aspect of things, because we're both business owners at this point. We're both working to get ourselves off the ground, get out of the fucking 9 to 5, because it's terrible, and just...
Mine's 7 to 7.
Oh, yeah, God, I hate that place. I'm not going to say it, but I hate that place. The only place in Wisconsin that I know that works 12-hour days. Anyways, but okay, we've got the entrepreneurial spirit and we're starting to work at it. Yeah. We've got our practices in place. We've got clients. We're starting to do it. But there's so many other aspects of our life that can suck away from that. It takes so much time and it takes so much work and dedication to really make something like this work. And granted, you're stuck, 40 hours a week-ish at work. I'm stuck 40 hours a week, if not more, because I gotta work overtime some days and I don't have a choice. But you have to start balancing that. Like, I wake up, I sleep for 6 hours. I want to sleep for 9 because I hurt from my job because it's so physical, but I get up anyways. And I start doing what I need to do. Start talking to client, whether it's clients or researching this and that, what do I need next? What's that next little piece in the puzzle you have to keep kind of grasping for.
Yeah.
Like, I've got a belly and I'm going to lose it. So I'm going to the gym. It's this betterment for yourself that you're trying to create. And that's
and enjoy too.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we don't want to work at these jobs for the rest of our lives for another 25 years, if not later, depending on how the economy goes, but that's for a different topic. And all this other shit, we want to live the lifestyle and build a business that we want. So, and we're starting to do it. So it's, hopefully going through this, you see our trials and tribulations. My fucking tribulations are not getting paid, but I'm still smoldering on that. I can't, but it's a learning process, and it's part of getting your life together. Basically, you have to adult. you have to go and adult. I don't want to adult today, but
Yeah, it's one of those weekends. You just want to just chill back. Just a couple hours of work, and then just chill back and just enjoy the rest of the day.
And think about it. If you were doing, if I was a photographer full time, like if I chose to do that, I'd be dead in the water. Like, so before I get to that point, I have to create these habits of doing the work, getting up when I don't want to, and doing it anyways because, well, I go to work when I don't want to anyways. It's the same idea.
I have those days.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you just want to, you got something else on your mind because during work it came to your mind, you're like, oh, you know, I got one more day, you know, and then that one day comes up and then you're just like, you know, and those days,
you know,
those days come up.
But that, you know, that's part of the creative process is you never necessarily know when that little aha moment is going to hit.
Yeah. And
it sucks because for me, a lot of times it's at work. I'm not running the machine. I'm off in my own goddamn head, and I'm like, that's a great idea. Oh my god.
I get those ideas too.
Exactly. And it's like,
with cupcakes.
and it sucks because you know you're bound to that job, but it's only for right now. You know, and that's part of Wagner Does Shots too. When I first started this thing, it's about, you know, chasing your passion. Like, that's what I started doing.
And you're trying to make that passion so high off the ground that, like, every week it's a new payment from a show that you love. Not just work 9 to 5 and hate it because it's not making you interest, but you know it's paying you.
Yeah.
You know, that's what interferes, but then when you think of something that makes something fun and feels good, you know,
it's so much more rewarding.
Yeah.
Like, I can't. If I could go out and just shoot landscapes every weekend and make $30 grand a year doing it, like I can pay my rent, I can get some food, and that's like literally about it. If I had $30,000 a year, I would be so happy. Like I don't need to have anything much more extravagant. I just want to do what I want to do, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, you know, we're not asking for much.
No,
we're just asking for freedom. Live our fucking life. Do what I want. Do what I want.
or be like Lil Wayne, buy $100 bottle of champagne, just pour it on the phone every day, you know.
Yeah,
like
well, you know, I'm
That's
not
stuff we
Lil
can't
Wayne.
No, neither am I. But there's one thing that's tying in with this. It's scheduling, because with work and things, you know, you want to do but you can't do.
You're a lot more analytical than I am.
Yes.
I don't schedule. I say I'm gonna do this now when I do it.
Okay.
But
that's what I had for years when I started the business, and then when I'm like, there's got to be better options to make things feel more at ease. I started using Google Calendar because it's one email address that you sync with any device, your iPad, your computer, your anything.
iPhone, Android, it doesn't matter.
As soon as you sync it to your phone, you can see your schedule and like, you know, wait, I want to do, you know, like do like a demo test or a video shoot day with Wagner, and then like, wait, you know, what day is good? And you're like, are you, you know, like then I'll like message you like a couple days before or a week before, and like I'm off, and then he's like, oh, I'm off too. It's like, let's make this stuff happen, or let's make this shit happen. You know?
Yeah, there you go. First time I heard you curse.
Yay! I'm not much of a cursor because it's just not professional on my end of services. Yeah, it's not.
Well, no, for you, but for me, you know, I want to be as honest and real as we can, and it's, you know, transparency. This is, you know, if you're hanging out with me, this is exactly how I'm going to talk. Am I right?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
You're behind camera, bud.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, that's what I want to show people.
Yeah.
You know, now it's going to be, obviously, I'm not going to talk this way to a potential bride and client. Yeah. I'm going to be nice and friendly.
This
and, you know,
is a type of video where we're just letting everything hang out because
it's YouTube,
it's
you know.
YouTube.
And I want authenticity. I want, you know, I know that guy. That guy's good shit. That's what I want. So, you know, if it's not your cup of tea, then so be it. But at least you know I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, my brand name, which just Skibbs alone, when anyone hears that name, it's like, oh yeah, I know that dude. It's like, he does great things.
Yeah.
You know, I'm pushing to do these great things. I want to push to do these great things. But when it comes down to, you know, shit, all that money that you got to put into it, you know, it just makes you feel so unhappy. But when you got all that support and your go-to attitude, you know, it's like,
you got it.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. It's golden.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, I think that's a good place to end it.
I think it's a good way to end it, yeah.
Yeah, because we rambled on a bit, but we got
a little.
Some information.
Probably let out a little steam off of some topics.
I did. All right. Skibbs,
Yeah.
pleasure fucking having you,
Working
sir.
with ya, and I'm excited to do a lot more with him. This guy is awesome.
Wagner Does Shots. Check it out on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram is going to be up soon. I don't know how to use Twitter, but I have to get it eventually.
Use
and
it.
yeah, fuck off. See you later.
See you again.